Hi guys, welcome back to North Face Wanderer. What a lovely afternoon it's turned out to be. It's Friday afternoon and I've decided to come out for a one-nighter. Where am I? Well, I'm on the B1638 and I am actually parked in a pub called the Twice Brewed. To show you around, there you go, there it is. There's the motorway. And anyone that may know this location will know that up there is Hadrian's Wall. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a cheeky one-nighter. I won't be camping on Hadrian's Wall itself. I'll be walking some of Hadrian's Wall and then dropping down and moving off and finding a nice campsite when it gets a little bit darker and camping up. Spending the night and then obviously coming back in. What can I say? Twice Brewed House or Brew House. It is a pub, it is a restaurant. And if you want to park here for a day, all day is £5. Because I've got here, it's about 2 o'clock now. That £5 will obviously take me through the night until tomorrow, 2 o'clock. So it's quite a good place to launch yourself if you want to go and do a wild camp. Again, I'll just show you. There you go. I'm just going to check the weather forecast now. Make sure the weather forecast is going to be fine. Hopefully this is going to be nice and tonight we'll be able to get to see some nice stars or a nice night sky. However, that is where the weather's coming in from, over the hills. So as you can see, along the top of them hills is Hadrian's Wall. Goes all the way along there, past that house and road, and then off in that direction. And that is the direction I will be heading off down there. So, get myself ready. Fudgy's ready. You ready? Okay, so all I need to do is get my kit on and make my way up onto the hill. So, I'll catch you later. Thanks a lot guys, bye-bye. So the first part of the journey from the Twice Brewed pub is along the main road, like I said, the B1638. It's a very busy road. It's Friday today, so there is traffic going along it, and they do tend to go quite fast. So just be aware of that when you're going along. And then what you do is you come off onto this road here, which heads up. Just up there on the right hand side is Steel Rigg, one of the famous parts of Hadrian's Wall, or one of the better known parts of Hadrian's Wall. And what we'll do is we'll head along the skyline or the ridgeline, as you can see, and down towards the wood line down there, and we'll go to a famous part of the wall which everyone would recognise, which is the Sycamore Gap, which is a dip in the wall and in the terrain, and in the middle of it is a sycamore tree. And when I show you it, you'll notice it instantly. Made famous in the film Robin Hood with Kevin Costner. So yeah, something to look forward to. So the weather's not too bad. If I turn you around, you can see a party of people coming down Steel Rigg now, the white t-shirts, etc. I'm going to be heading up that. It's quite steep, I've been up there before. So I will see you at the top of there. See you in a minute. Okay guys, there you see Steel Rigg, and you just see on the top of there the parts of the Roman wall. And here we have the first parts of the Roman wall on my journey, i.e. the Roman wall as it is now and not what it was like during the Roman invasion. Just on the other side there you can see the remnants of a sentry tower. And yeah, look, as you can see, the wall goes up the hill. It's been robbed out a little bit there by farmers, etc. over the years, over the 100 years, to make a dry stone wall. But we'll get up the top and we'll have a look at the views. But there is part of Hadrian's Wall. Let's get up the top of that. I'm now going to sweat my arse off. Excuse the heavy breathing. But that's where we've come so far. You can see the wall down there, and in the far distance, Twice Brewed pub where I've parked the car. So that's the scenery so far. Just up there where them people are, that's Steel Rigg car park. So if you don't feel like walking the wall, you can drive up there, park there, and either look at it from there or just take the path down. But wall basically ends there, and then we go on to the dry stone wall here, which obviously the farmers have put up in the past. So let's move on. So what we've got here is known as a mile fort, and what would happen along the length of the wall, there would be one of these small fortifications every mile, and this would be manned by obviously the Roman soldiers. Now people sometimes think or assume that the wall was just put up to stop the marauding hordes of the savages that lived north of the wall from coming into southern England. It also acted as like a customs border. The gap to your front was where people on the other side of the wall could come through, but as they come through they would pay a tax. The tax could be money, a goat, whatever, a daughter. That is what they would pay. So this would be manned by soldiers, and then obviously if they realised something was happening on the wall, they would disperse from here up along the wall and check, see what was going on. And it would also house their horses, and I think about 20 men at a time actually lived in one of these. So what do we know about Hadrian's wall? Well, obviously we know it was a defensive wall, and obviously it was built in the UK when it was known as obviously Roman Britannia. It began in around AD 122, and obviously was ordered and commissioned by Emperor Hadrian himself, one of the greatest emperors that actually ruled the Roman Empire. It stretches from the Solway Forth all the way across to the River Tyne, and it is approximately 79, I think it's 79 miles, something like that. If you come and see the wall as you go along it, each stretch of it has little fortifications. You have turrets, sentry posts, and then, like I said earlier on, down there you can see in the dip there is obviously mile castles, and these were manned by infantry and cavalry. And then what they did have north and south of the actual fort were north and south of the wall they had other forts. So north that way into what we would know as Northumbria and Scotland, there would be about 5 miles that way another fort in what I would sort of like say is enemy territory, and then 5 miles south down that way would be obviously another fort, and they would be again manned by infantry, cavalry, etc. Now I know that in that direction south you have the garrison of Catterick, and that was an old Roman garrison, and there is a Roman road that leads from Catterick all the way up to the wall. And then obviously you have the big provinces within the UK. You have York, Colchester, which ones I'm trying to think now, obviously London. So you had them large establishments as well. So I mean 1500, it took 15,000 men to build this wall, and they built it in 6 years. 6 years. So obviously they all weren't Roman. There were slaves building it. They probably had Roman engineers designing it. And what people tend to think is that the people that were manning the wall are the typical Romans that you see in Ben-Hur, etc., with the nice shiny armour and you know, the spears and the shields. Well, most of the people that manned this wall were people that the Romans had conquered. Because if I was a Roman and I lived in Rome, or I lived in a nice sunny Mediterranean climate, I wouldn't want to come up here and freeze my bare ass on this wall during the winter. And you got to remember that this is built, and you know, this was constructed in the times when there were still bears and wolves running around the UK. So these guys up here, especially in the winter months, would have had themselves covered in bear skin, sheep skin, goat skin, wolf skin if they could get them. And yeah, that's Hadrian's Wall for you. It's worth a visit if you're coming up here, even if you're just coming up for a day. I don't know if you can see in the distance there's two guys climbing up the crag. And it is very, very popular.
Just brilliant.
What, O Centurion?
We're facing a horde of ginger maniacs with wild goats nesting in their huge orange beards, or to put it another way, the Scots. And how does our inspired leader Hadrian intend to keep out this vast army of lunatics? By building a 3-foot-high wall. A terrifying obstacle, about as frightening as a little rabbit with the word boo painted on its nose.
Oh, come now, Centurion, I won't have that. This wall is a terrific defence mechanism. Why, surely not suggesting that a rabble of Scots could get the better of Roman soldiers.
Okay, legate us!
Welcome, General.
Splendid! Good to see you practicing your English.
Say, this is interesting. There appears to be a large orange hedge moving towards us.
That's not a hedge, Consul. That's the Scots.
Right, does everyone recognise that? This is known on part of Hadrian's Wall as Sycamore Gap. I've just come down off that hill, through the gap and back up. Now some of you may have seen that before. It was in the film Robin Hood, the Prince of Thieves, starring Kevin Costner and Morgan Freeman. And the scene that was filmed here was when Little John's son was being chased by the Sheriff of Nottingham's men, or thugs, and Little John's son climbed up that tree to hide. And then Robin Hood and Morgan Freeman came along and saw that the thugs were trying to get him and saved him, basically, in true Hollywood style. Now I've got a bone to pick with that film, because if you watch it and you know your geography, you'll know that they've got it all wrong. Because what happens in the film is they row across the channel in a rowing boat. They then come to shore, and the next scene in the film is this tree. Now, if I've got my geography right, this tree is in Northumberland, and Sherwood Forest is in Nottingham. So either I am wrong, or their map reading was severely bad. And then after that, what happened was that Kevin Costner then fought Little John in a river with sticks, where he got his ass kicked. Now I know that that location is Arsgarth Falls, which is about 30 miles in that direction, maybe more. So the continuity of the film wasn't very good, but hey ho. So yeah, that is Sycamore Pass, which starred in Kevin Costner's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Let's go up and have a little bit closer look. Oh, my knees getting old. So I could just imagine the film crew turning this into a movie set. having Kevin Costner's private caravan down there. Right guys, that's me all set up now. I've broken one of my cardinal rules. I've set my tent up before it's actually getting dark. But what I've done is I found this little copse, little wood, which is surrounded by barbed wire and wool. And I've set up. I'm out of the way, so just show you the view that I've got. If you look just over there, that's Still Crags. That's Still Crags car park. And you've got Hadrian's Wall runs all the way along up onto the high ground and then disappears over that hill over there. So that's where I am. I walked all the way along Hadrian's Wall. Well, not all the way along Hadrian's Wall. I walked along it and done a big loop. And then I got myself down into here. So here I am. This is where I am. On a slight slope, but I've been in there, I've tried it, it's not too bad. Conifers, I've had a check. I've got no deadwood above me, I've only got this lime tree, so it's not too bad. Just cleared some sticks out. As you can see, Fudge is already in there. She's had her dinner. I've just got a kettle on. I'm going to make myself some hot chocolate, and then I've just got some, nothing difficult, just pasta and sauce tonight. But I have got 2 beers. These are both from Tesco's. Okay, what we've got Solar Wind, Yeasty Boys Vocation Brewery, and that one is a 6.1, and that's from Tesco's. They've just got a new line in, and a Love and Hate, a New England Pale Ale, and that one is 7.2. So yeah, I'm looking forward to them. Citral and Galaxy, Super Pale Malt and Oats. So yeah, that looks quite nice. So whilst the kettle's on, just have a wander. The temperature's dropped. It's really dropped. That's why I've got my hat on, my shamag, just to keep that chill off me. I mean, you can tell that winter's already here. Oh, let me just take you over and show you this. Look at that. Wow. Lovely sunset. That's what it's all about. That's why I come out. Want to just have some peace and quiet. De-stress. And just to see views like that. Beautiful. Big bank of cloud coming over though, so we've been told that we've had our rain, but I've never believed the weather forecasters. So just take you to the edge of the woods. So That's a few. Over there in the far distance, if you can see that barn there, follow the barn up 12 o'clock, see a good light. Hadrian's Wall runs along that way and off into the distance, all the way over to River Tyne and Newcastle. But yeah, if we were back in the olden days now, when the Romans were here, we would be in enemy territory. And there would be hordes of heathens and Picts and warriors painted blue, as predicted in the films. But what I'm going to do, get myself a cup of chocolate, and then I'm going to get my scoff on, and then probably crawl into my sleeping bag where it's nice and warm and watch a movie. I was looking around, you can tell autumn's here now. I was looking around and yeah, I've got the fungus now, the mushrooms. I am so not knowing my mushrooms, so I would never ever, you know, there's something like that, pick something like that and eat it. There's a big one around here somewhere, I can't find it. Hang on, let me just find it. Experts out there might know what it is. I mean, there's something there. The big one round by the tree, I think I saw it. But no, unless they come in a box. One there, look. Unless they come in a box from Tesco's or Asda, then I'm not picking them, because I don't want to end up killing myself. Or where's that big one? I saw a big one around here somewhere. Where is it? There, look at that one. Look at the size of that. I mean, there's my hand. It's quite a big one. I don't know. Someone's probably saying, oh, it's really tasty. No way, mate. That's not going anywhere near. Look at that. I wouldn't even attempt to have that. But yeah, so I will let you get on. Just checking the kettle. The kettle's boiling, as you can see. So I'm going to have some hot chocolate and some grub, and I'll see you when I'm in the sleeping bag. So I'll see you in a minute, guys. Morning, guys. It's about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Yes, I know. Hello. Excuse me, someone wants attention. Not a bad night. Budgie. Someone wants to go out, I think. I don't know if you can hear the trees. So the wind seems to have got up. It's quite blowy, but lovely sheltered place. If you can hear the wind, the tent isn't moving around. So I think it's time to pack up, have some breakfast, and then get myself back down to the car. So I'm going to do that, and I'll catch you later. There you go, everything's packed away now. Again, leave no trace, just some flattened grass. All the rubbish is picked up, no scorch marks, nothing's left behind. So, time to get on. Okay guys, there we are, back at the car now. Thanks for staying this far in the actual video. I'm going to go in now into the Twice Brewed to get myself a bacon sandwich and a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, whatever they do. But just for information, if you want to come here, you can actually camp at the back of the pub and the brewery. There's a bit of land out the back here where you can actually camp if you want, totally up to you. Or you've got the Seals, which is this building, and it's actually a youth hostel, and you can obviously stay there if you wish. I don't know the prices of it, but yeah, thanks again for watching the video. If you liked it, if you haven't already subscribed, then subscribe. If you have subscribed, then press that little bell and it will let you know when I put up a new video. I'd like to thank all my subscribers that I've had so far. Thank you very much for sticking with me, and look forward to the next one. So until then guys, thanks very much. It's a goodbye from me, it's a goodbye from Fudgy, and just remember, what have the Romans ever done for us? See you later guys, bye for now.
All right, but apart from the sanitation, the medicine, education, wine, public order, irrigation, roads, a fresh water system and public health, what have the Romans ever done for us?